Okay. So yesterday we had a discussion about the procurement to pay cycle and what areas we are covering in the material management. Okay. So whatever we discussed yesterday, that was the standard business process, standard procurement to process. Okay. Apart from this, we have the some special stock procurement process. Okay. Or we can say some special business scenarios. Okay. So what are these? What are these special stock procurement process? Okay. So the first one is vendor consignment process. What do you mean by vendor consignment process? Does anyone have the idea about the vendor consignment process? Anyone have the idea about the vendor consignment process? I think Yogesh, you might be aware about this one because in the sales also we have the consignment fill up and okay consignment process we have, right? So the same kind of a process only here also. So what will be happen in the vendor consignment process? Okay, so I have the warehouse. Let's say this is my warehouse. So everywhere, if you see that I have the stock here. Okay, and again I have the stock here. Okay, and again I have the stocks here. And again I have the stock here. Okay, so let's assume that different locations. Okay, so let's assume that this is the one location. Okay, let's say it's a raw material location. Okay, and this is the I can say packaging location. Okay, and we can say this is some which like trading goods storage location. Okay, and we can say here somewhat it like warehouse related. Maybe this is warehouse related store location. Okay, so now, so generally when I'm receiving the stock from the vendor, okay, so generally we will be receiving the goods directly to the in the raw material warehouse, because these are the raw materials. Majorly we are getting the maybe raw materials or packing materials, so that we are locating here, or maybe we are locating here. Okay, so coming to vendor consignment process, what will be happen? Okay, so these goods are not my own goods. Okay, so even if I receive the stock from vendor, okay, still the ownership will not be changed. Still the ownership will not be changed. So that means, okay, even if I receive the stock from the vendor as per the agreement, okay, the ownership will not be changed. Still it is a vendor stock only, but we are giving some place in my location to keep the stock. Okay, so maybe in the raw material location, what I can do, I can give some space, okay, which is for the placing the consignment stock, separate stock. Okay, so I can say this is consignment stock. Okay, so what do you mean by consignment stock? Why I'm just placing separately here? Because these are not my own stock. This is still with the vendor stock only. So why, sir? Why if it is my own stock, if it is vendor stock, so it is there in my location? What is the difference here? So the difference is, okay, the liability will not be changed. Liability or ownership will not be changed. So even I receive the stock to my location, okay, the ownership will not be changed. So it's not required to pay the amount anything to vendor. Even I receive the stock. Okay, so I'm just giving the place. Boss, you can keep the stock in my premises. Okay, whenever I'm required the stock, I can take the stock and I can pay immediately the amount to you. Okay, so when the ownership will change? When the ownership will change?
After payment process done.
No. After we consume or we consumed or we transfer into my own stock. I'll just give the place here. So when the ownership will be changed? So when might be you are consuming the stock, when you are consuming the stock, or when you are ready to take the stock as my own stock, my own stock. So these two cases only, the ownership will be changed to my own stock. So in these two cases only, you are paying the amount. Clear? So what were the best example here? What were the best example here?
Cement industry.
Yeah, you can say cement industry. Yeah. Why? Can you give me example?
So let's take an example. If I'm constructing some building or a road, then I'll be requiring a cement, right? But it may not happen that, you know, if I'm ordering, suppose let's say suppose 50 kilogram or 60 kilogram, it doesn't mean I'm consuming everything, right? I may be, you know, finish my work with in just 40 kilograms. So rest of the 10 kilograms, I do not need this. So this stock, I can return it back to my vendor, since, you know, I'm not using this, or I'm not going to use it.
That is again you are returning back, right? So in this case, we are not returning back, right? It is there in my location.
Yeah, I mean, that is what the consignment process is. For example, I am ordering 50 kilograms, okay? Out of 50 kilograms, I am only using 40 kilograms.
Okay.
And rest of that, I finish my work in just 40 kilograms. Then rest of the 10 kgs I do not need, right? So I can send it back. I can again transfer the ownership of that 10 kilograms back to my vendor.
Okay. So instead of the, I'm saying that instead of that, okay, since the cement, okay, let's say cement, when I'm just purchasing the cement, so I can purchase like bags, right? So if suppose my requirement like 10 floors building, so 10 floors building, okay, I need around 1,000 bags. Let's assume that 1,000 bags of cement. Okay. So here the problem is, so the cement cost is too expensive. So if I need to pay immediately the amount for 1,000 bags, okay, it's very difficult to pay because a little bit expensive it is like. So what we agreed with the vendor was, you can keep the stock 1,000 bags in my place. Okay. So every day I'm utilizing the some stock. Maybe I can utilize today or some 100 bags or maybe 50 bags. Okay, I'm just constructing that. Say if I'm consuming today 50 bags, I will be paid for that 50 bags. Okay, if I'm consuming today 100 bags, okay, I can pay the amount for the 100 bags. Okay, so that is the agreement like. Okay, so best example, if you want to say that here, instead of cement bag, I can say electrical goods. Okay, so what do you mean by electrical goods? If you see that, if you go to any nearest stores, Reliance Digital, or it may be okay some electrical goods store, if you go to that, there are so many electrical goods are there, refrigerators, laptops, and then we have the washing machines. Okay, so there are so many electrical goods are there. Okay, so there are multiple companies are there, multiple designs are there. Okay, if I purchase all these goods and selling to the customer, it's very difficult because every day I'm getting new model. So every time if I want to buy the product and selling to the customer, okay, so I need to spend more money on this one. So what we can agree with the company boss, okay, you just place in my location, okay, either one or two pieces you can place into my location. Whenever I'm getting the order from customer, I can dispatch these goods to the customer and I can pay the amount to you. Okay, so that's what, because they are whatever it is showing in the showroom, all it's a demo pieces. But they will what they will do, they will go to Godown and they will get the stock and they will dispatch to your location. Okay, so the Godown might be they have a lakhs of products in the Godown. So for these lakhs of Godowns, if they want to be paid immediately, it's not possible because it's too expensive. Might be tomorrow the model will be changed and they cannot be sell these goods, right? So there might be agreement between the companies and the electrical goods store. They can say that okay, you can keep the stock in my premises, 2 or 3 pieces. Okay, when I'm getting the order, I can deliver immediately to customer because it should not be impact on the deliveries to the customer. Then immediately I can pay the payment to you, and you can start the warranty for that. Okay, so the best example for the electrical goods. Clear? Clear? Is it clear or any doubts
sir.
here?
Yes.
Okay, so the major concept is here. Okay, it is a like agreement between the vendor and the company. Okay, the company requesting that to vendor to keep the stock in my premises. Okay, but the ownership will not be changed even if I receive the stock. That means I don't need to pay any amount. I'm not liable to pay any amount to the vendor when even I receive the stock in my premises. When I will be pay amount when I'm consuming the stock or when I agree to transfer to my own stock. These two cases, okay. So whatever the stock which we are consumed, for that we will be paying the amount to the vendor. So that is the agreement. Clear?
I have a question over here.
Yeah, please.
So in SD, right? Okay. So whenever we are the stock status usually change.
Now, Yogesh, your voice is not audible. Can you speak loudly? Or you can drop me message or else. Your voice is not audible. Can you drop message? Maybe some mic problem. I think some mic problem. Are you connected from mobile or you are connected from laptop? Okay. So maybe you can use the headphones or maybe you can check that mic. Okay. Okay. So I'm just continuing this one. Okay. So here when the liability will be changed, okay, when you are paying to a vendor, the liability when you are paying to a vendor, when you are consuming the stock. Okay. So when you are consuming the stock, so maybe it is for cost center or production department, whatever it may be. So when you are consuming the stock or when you are transferring the stock from consumer stock to our own stock or own stock. So these two cases only will be paying the amount to the vendor. Okay. So the process steps like how it will be like. Okay. Initially we'll be creating the info record. So info record is mandatory. So what do you remember info record? It is a master data. So each master data have the information between the vendor and material combination, the price information will be there. Price information and the tax information. Okay. Input tax information and Okay, other conditions will be have the information. Okay, so all pricing components all will be coming to picture. So this is mandatory here. Okay, so why it is mandatory? Because okay, so when you creating the purchase order, okay, so you are agreeing with the vendor, boss. We are not paying immediately to the vendor. We are not paying. We are not ready to pay immediately the amount to the vendor. So that's what in the PO we will not be have the we will not be have the price information, and we will not be have the tax information. Okay, so no price and no tax information here, because so we are not paying any amount to the vendor when we are receiving the goods with reference to this purchase order. So there is no price information, no tax information. Then how you can settle the amount? How you can settle the amount when you consuming the stock or when you are transferring the stock? How you can settle the amount based on the info record? So in the info record, you already mentioned that the price information and the tax information that are the reference to pay the amount to the vendor. Okay, clear? So this is the interview point of view question. So for consignment process, info record is mandatory. Okay, and info record, it's not a standard info record. This is a vendor consignment info record. So how we can differentiate the standard info record and consignment info record, that we will discuss in the when we are going on practical. Okay, the second question is, okay, is it mandatory info record for the consignment process? Yes, it's mandatory, because the price and tax information will be capturing from the info record. While when you are settling the amount to the vendor, the price information will come from the info record. So info record is mandatory. Okay, and while I'm creating the PO, okay, so there is no price information, no tax information. Okay, so only material quantity and plant and where we are receiving the location, so vendor information, all this information it is there, but no price and no tax information. Okay, and when we are receiving the goods received, okay, so there is no impact on the accounting, because we already agreed with the vendor, boss, even if I'm receiving the stock, so I am not ready to pay, so still it is your ownership only. So the ownership still it is not changed. So because of that, there is no impact on the accounting. Okay, the stock still it will be displayed under the vendor consignment stock, not our own stock. So even it is I'm receiving the my location, okay, it will not be displayed as a my own stock, it will be displayed as a consignment stock.
Is it a dummy goods receipt we are doing?
Sorry, come again?
Is it a dummy good receipt that we are doing? Since
Not
there is
dummy.
no impact on
No, not
stock or-
dummy, because we are not updating value here. Okay, it's not we are not informing to accounting people, finance people, but okay, we are receiving the stock, but still we are not paying amount to the vendor because this is agreement, but it is not dummy with GR, because in the GR we have the quantity and value. So there is the two cases. While you are doing the goods receipt, okay, there is a stock will be updated in the location level and the value will be updated in the financial level. Okay. Okay. Now in this case, what will be happen? The value will not be updated. Only quantity will be updated. So it's not dummy GR. It's the actual GR only. Stock we are received tomorrow. If the auditing people or some physical inventory happening, okay, this stock we can say that okay, we are receiving the stock from this vendor, but it's my own stock. It's not my own stock. It is a vendor consignment stock. So we are giving some place in to locate in my location. So whenever we require, we'll consuming the stock. So the quantity update will be there. Okay, the quantity update will be there, but there is no value update. But the quantity will be show you in the location level, but not my own stock. It will be display as a separate special stock. That is a consignment stock. Clear? Is it clear? Voice is not audible actually. Okay. Okay. So as we said that there is no impact on the accounting. Okay. Only stock will be updated at store location level. At has a special stock. That means vendor consumer stock. So this stock is the vendor consumer stock. Okay, when it is my own stock, once it is the whether you consume the stock or when you are transferring the stock, then only these are the my own stock. Okay, so the next one is what you need to do. Either you have to do the goods issue or you have to do the transfer post. So what is this goods issue? So in case of the consumption, you are doing goods issue. In case of you want to be transferred to my own stock, then you are using a transfer post. So these two cases, okay, there is a accounting impact. That means I'm just informing to the finance team, boss, I'm receiving these goods, okay. So I'm consuming these goods and I'm transferring to my own stock. So please pay the amount to the vendor. Okay. So in entire this process, there is no invoice verification. In this process, there is no invoice verification. So how we will be paying amount? Okay, how we will be paying the amount based on the automatic settlement. Because so when we are consuming the stock and when we are transferring the stock, even vendor also don't know, right? So the system will check that when you are consuming the stock or when you are transferring the stock from the consignment stock, the system will check that the consignment stock is reduced from the their special stock. Then immediately it will be raised that automatic settlement request, okay, payment to the vendor, and immediately it will be informed to the vendor, boss, we are consuming the stock, so we are paying this amount. So here there is no invoice verification because we are not receiving any invoice from the vendor. We just receiving the goods, okay, but still it is a owner, it's a vendor own stock. Okay, so that automatic settlement will be happen based on the what? Based on what? Automatic settlement will be happen on based on what? Anyone? Come on. Automatic settlement will be happen based on where you will get the quantity, how much quantity it is. So generally, if we are doing invoice verification, we are checking the quantity based on the GR. But in this case, we are not doing based on the GR, right? Based on what we are doing, quantity, where we are checking that quantity validation. The quantity we are validating from
info records.
Quantity information will not be there in the info record.
Purchase order.
Not purchase order. Quantity. How much we are paying, how much we are ready to pay. That is from the consumption. How much you consumed or how much you transfer the own stock. Based on these two, okay, the quantity, the system will check that. Okay, boss, you consumed today 100 pieces. Okay, that means I need to pay 100 pieces. Okay, the automatic settlement will be raised for 100 pieces. Okay, so I will give you an example here, so that you can easily understand. Okay, so 1000 pieces I ordered here. Okay, PO, and the price here, as I said, price it is like 10 rupees here. Okay, and the tax will be 2%. Okay, So tax will be 2%. And PO is the 1000 pieces. Now goods receipt also I receive 1000 pieces. Okay. So now the automatic settlement will be happened for 1000 pieces, or how much it is like? Is it will be happen for 1000 pieces? The automatic settlement? No. So let's say on 15/03, I consumed 100 pieces. So out of 1000 pieces, I consumed 100 pieces on 15. So what will be happen? The system on 15, the system will raise automatic payment request or settlement for 100
pieces.
Okay. If suppose again 16, I did for the 200 pieces. Okay. Then what will be happen?
Automatically, it will pay the 200 pieces of price.
Yeah, on 16, based on the background job. Okay. The system will raise automatic payment settlement to for 200 pieces. Okay. So this automatic payment settlement will be happen based on the job. If you schedule a job. Okay. If you not schedule a job, so you need to be run that. Okay. Separate transaction code to settlement, automatic settlement. Okay. So to settle this one, you need to be create the MRKO transaction. So there is a special transaction code. You need to be run this MRKO. Okay. So once you run this MRKO, the system will be posted the settlements. Okay. In case on 15th itself, I did 150. Okay. So based on suppose my job which is running might be at 6 p.m. IST. Okay. And I did suppose let's say 6 p.m. IST, and I did this 100 pieces at 1 p.m. Okay. Then this I did at 4 p.m. Okay. So then on 15th, okay, at 6 p.m. IST, the system will raise the automatic payment settlement based on the background job. Okay, automatic run. Okay, so then what will be happen? It will create for the 100 plus 150 both. So that means 250 it will be created.
So
Yeah.
if we taken any stock from that list, means after 6 p.m. it will convert to it will payment or settlement will be done on 16th, sir.
Yeah, it will be done on 16. Okay. Yes. So when the next happen, it will be, but so mostly it will be the end of the day they will plan. Suppose let's assume that 11 p.m. Okay. So the end of the day, so that I can clear that on that day, whatever it is happen, I can clear that. So I can say like 11:59 I can plan, or 11:55 I can plan. Okay. So mostly whenever the business timings are not it's closed, okay, we'll plan that time then so that we can clear on the same day all the clearance. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So mostly it will be happen. So whenever it is next the next cycle when it is running, so it will be considered whatever it is open. But again, it depends on the selection in the MRKO background job, whatever the selection. If you selected only on the particular date, then it will be happen only for particular date. Suppose in MRKO, so there is a date. Suppose let's say document date. Okay, so I just put it like today date. So document date is today date. Then what will be happen? Okay, it will be clear only for the on the date whatever it is posted. So it won't be checked on the previous one. Right? So based on the condition what you mentioned here, based on that also it will be work. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So even it will be work for the consumption, or it will be suppose let's say after maybe 20th or 30th or 20th 5th, okay, May 20th. So there is a remaining balance are, let's say there is a 190 pieces are remaining. Let's assume that on May 20th, 190 pieces are there. So vendor is saying that I cannot wait for the more time because it's already 3 to 4 months. So either if you want, you can transfer to your own stock and settle the amount, or you just return back that. So then my company decided that, okay, I want to take the stock back inside to the my location. Then I can transfer this to stock to my own stock. Transfer the all the stock to my own stock. Okay. So then 190 pieces I can transfer to my own stock. So in that case, what will happen? This consumer stock will be gone and all the stock will be updated as my own stock. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is the process. Okay. So vendor consumer process is nothing but like a, we are requesting to vendor to keep the stock in my premises. Okay. So the even if it is a transfer to my own stock, the ownership will not be changed. Okay. When the ownership will be changed, whenever it is required in my location, I will be consuming the stock or I'm transferring to my own stock. Then I will be paying the withdrawal stock only for a withdrawal stock, not entire stock. So that means if I withdraw the 100 pieces, then I can pay only for 100 pieces. If I withdraw the 150 pieces, then I can pay only for 150 pieces. Okay, clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So generally, majorly it will be like electrical goods. Okay. So because these are the two expensive products, if I suppose let's assume that there is a OLED screen. So OLED TV, it minimum cost of 1 lakh rupees. If I just maintain the multiple brands with OLED screen, so at least I have 10 brands, 10 into 1, 10 pieces, 10 pieces into 1 lakh, 10 lakhs. So I minimum 10 lakhs I need to spend on only OLED screen. So it's very difficult. So we have the agreement to the vendor, our companies we can say. So I can ready to sell these goods in my location, but I cannot pay immediately to the amount. Whenever I get the orders from the customer, okay, I can deliver these goods and I can pay the amount to you. Okay. So that's what majorly it will like electrical goods and cement industries. Okay. And moreover, it is like you can see even some of the groceries also it will be like that only. So some are expensive related, steel industries. Okay, even steel it's expensive. Okay, so those categories we can consider vendor consumer process. So did you visit anyone metro or DMart
Yes,
or
sir.
okay? We see that there is a separate warehouse will be there in the back side. Okay, they will mention the boards like uh, own stock and raw material stock and the consumer stock, like they will be mentioned here. If you see that in the DMart or somewhere, okay, if you go to warehouse, okay, they will mention clearly that this is the consumer stock. Or if you go to IKEA store also, in the IKEA also, how many you know IKEA? I don't know, but in the IKEA also, there is a display in the about floor. On the down floor, there will be a warehouse. So they will be mentioned here. The bracket, small bracket, they will mention these are the consumer stock. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, for
Yeah.
example, this for this vendor consumer process, we can take as a gas also a like a vendor consumer process through pipelines.
Gas will come under the cylinders, right? So
Not
how
here, sir, in foreign countries. Like they will supply in pipelines.
that separate process will be there. Pipeline is there.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, there is a pipeline settlement is there. Okay, so that is also almost same with the consumer process.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that also will anyway we are under process, right? So let's say the next process I'm just discussing about the pipeline process. Okay, so that you can also get the idea. Okay, so the above process and below process almost it is same. Okay, almost it is same pipeline and consumer process. Okay, so what difference it is? So in the vendor consumer stock, we will get the stock physically. Stock will place it into my location. Okay, but in the pipeline, what will be happen? So there is no physical stock will be available, but there is a pipelines connected from the my location to vendor location. Okay, so
Okay.
pipeline connected from my location to vendor location. So when it is happened, what will be happen here? So whenever it is required, whenever I require the goods, so what I can do, I can withdraw the stock. Okay, withdraw the stock from pipes. Okay, then I can settle the amount to the vendor. So suppose how it is like, suppose today 1000 ml. Okay, 1000 ml or might be 100 grams or something like, which we are consumed today. So then I can pay that amount to the vendor. So every day evening we can measure that how much we consumed, and we can pay the amount. Okay, so here what is the difference here? In this case is we are physically stock available, the lump sum stock which is available in the my location, but here it is continuous flow from the pipelines, the stock which is moving from the vendor location to my location. Whenever it is required, I am just withdrawing the stock and I can pay the amount. So the concept will be the same, but a little bit like here we are not creating any purchase orders here in the pipeline. Okay, and we are not receiving any goods here. There is no GR, no PO, only goods issue.
Okay, sir.
Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
And the process will be the same here. Okay, info record is mandatory, and this info record is not consummate info record, or it is not standard info record. It is a pipeline info record. So there is special pipeline info record. Okay, and here what we will maintaining here, price will maintaining. Okay, and any input tax information that will be there, that will be maintained. Okay, then there is no PO as we said, because we are not creating any order here. It's already connected to my location, so whenever it is required I can use. Okay, so no PO and no GR, even goods receipt also. I'm not receiving any physically goods. Okay, so it is already flowing continuously, it's flowing. So how we are like, we are doing gas pipelines and water pipe, even water also, what Manjira water pipes, how it will be like, they are calculating meters, right, every month consumption. So like it is same. Okay, then only goods issue. Okay, goods issue, that is like consumption purpose. Again, it's there is no own stock here. Okay, because it's already pipeline, right? So only consumption here. Okay, then we'll be paying settlement. Okay, so how we are doing here the settlement? The same process here also we are doing for pipeline. So consignment and pipeline settlement, both it is same process, same transaction code, MRQ. Okay,
Okay,
but
sir.
here is a only no PO, no GR.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the one kind of the special stock procurement process. Okay. Next. So any doubts on the above process, consignment process and third party process?
No, sir.
Okay. So Yogesh, do you have any questions?
Yeah, okay. So
Yes, Yogesh. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
vendor, could you please explain that concept again?
Which concept?
Where we are withdrawing 1000 ml gas from our vendor.
Okay.
This you have been. Can you please explain it again?
Okay. Okay. So we have the pipes from the vendor location to my location. Okay. So the pipes will be connected to meters. Okay. So whenever you consuming the stock, suppose today I'm just consuming 1000 liters of oil. let's say it is oil or gas, it may be water, okay, whatever liquid items, okay. So it's connected directly the pipes from the vendor location to my location, okay, and there is connected meters, okay. When I'm consuming the stock, okay, the system will be calculated, okay, the system will be entering that, okay, this much of the consumption we did today, okay. Suppose the meter is showing today 1000 ml. From today morning to today ending of the day, end of the day, there is a 1000 liters oil we consumed, okay. So
Okay.
that 1000 liters will consumed, will be paying automatically based on the settlement.
So for pipeline, okay, whatever it could be gas, it could be oil, it could be water. We do not maintain any stock.
We are not maintaining any stock, right? Because it's not located into my location. It is continuous flowing. I cannot say that if suppose, see, let's assume that you have the apartment, okay. So there is a water pipeline, it is there from municipality, or it may be Manjira pipeline that is connected from outside to your house, okay. So I cannot say that, boss, I have 1000 liters of water in my location, right? Because it's continuous flow. So they are giving that future in your home also, it is connected, okay. So that means it is located in my location. It's not like that, right? Because it is continuous flowing. Whenever it is required, you can withdraw the stock.
Okay.
Physically, if you have the stock, then you can agree that. But it is flowing from your area. It is located in your area like pipes. So even that pipe, that water, it is flowing to other location also, right? It is not in your location. It is flowing to the other location as well.
Correct.
Right? So how we can say that is my own stock? I cannot say, right?
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So any other questions?
No.
Okay. So these are the two the special stock procurements from the settlement level, automatic settlement level. These are the two cases. Okay. So now coming to third case, third procurement process, third party procurement process. So how many you know that what is the third party procurement process?
Order. Based on this sales order, automatic purchase order gets purchase requisition gets generated in the background. Upon with reference to purchase requisition, we will be creating a purchase order. Once the purchase order is raised, when
I think the voice is, I think today I don't know what the problem, but I missed that voice suddenly. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was the process steps you're saying, but what is the meaning of the third party procurement process?
the vendor delivers the goods on behalf of us to our customer.
Okay.
So for example, customer orders any goods means the Amazon will be delivered, but Amazon have some other suppliers. From them, they will get the goods and they will deliver.
Okay. Yeah. So this is concept. It is the same concept. Okay. So it is like the customer. Okay. Okay. So if you see that, so I get the order from customer. Okay. So the company will get the order from customer. Okay. So if suppose let's say it is a customer here, you can say this is like vendor. I can say this is like company. Okay. So the customer will create order. The customer will be creating order to our company. Okay. And the company generally what will happen? So that the dispatch, customer dispatch, everything will be happen from the company. But in this case, what will happen? Some trading goods, how it will happen? Okay, instead of we are getting from the vendor and we are delivering to customer, again that is a too much cost, transporting cost. So to reduce the transporting cost and the time lines, what we are doing, so we immediately informing to the vendor, boss, I got this order. Okay, can you supply these goods to the customer directly instead of you are sending back to me, and again I'm just planning to dispatch the goods to the customer. That will be again too much time taking, and even sometimes it will be most expensive because there will be two transports which is involved here. Okay, so to avoid this all, what will happen? When I get the order from the customer, immediately I'm informing to the purchase vendor to dispatch the goods directly to the customer. Okay, so in this case, what you need to understand here, from the vendor to company, okay, and from company to customer. Okay, so these two cases, what will be happen? Okay, so the goods will be dispatched from vendor to customer. Okay, but customer will be paying amount to the company. Okay, so the order will be receiving from customer and the billing will created from company to customer, not from vendor to customer. Right? Is it correct or wrong? The first step is order received from customer to my company. Okay, then bill. Who will write the bill? Who will write the bill to customer?
Vendor, company will raise the bill, sir.
Yeah, so company will raise bill to customer. Okay, then purchase order will be created from company to vendor. Right, then vendor settlement, vendor payment will be done by
Company.
Right, then vendor dispatch the goods to
Customer.
Okay, so the profit and loss accounts depends on the what you get from customer, how much you pay the vendor. Based on this, the profit and loss account will be there. Okay, the profit and all, it will be calculated based on. Suppose in the when it is like $100 here. Okay, maybe when I'm just paying to vendor, I can say like $90. So $10 are my profit. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so mostly, as you said, that it is mostly online shopping. So nowadays online shopping, Flipkart and Amazon, okay, even they have their own warehouses. Okay, but some of the products they might be will get directly from the vendor located to my place. That means to customer. Okay, because they want to be reduced expenses of transport. Okay, they want to be reduced packing cost and transport cost, loading cost, unloading cost. Okay, packaging cost, everything they want to reduce. Okay, so
Okay.
even if you see that the packing will be happen based on Amazon only, but the goods are dispatched from the vendor location to customer location. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So coming to SAP, how it will works. So it is a normal process like so in SAP how it will work. Okay, initially the customer order will be created. That means sales order. Okay, customer order, sales order will be created. Okay, so how it will be happen? The system will check that the item category group. Okay, so it is maintained in the metal master record. So the item category group in the metal master record based on the item category group. Okay, so in the metal master record they will be maintaining bands. So that is technical. We'll discuss later. Okay, that will be converted to TOS. Okay, in the sales order. Okay, so based on this TOS, okay, again it is connected to schedule lines. Okay, CS. So this schedule lines meaning is, okay, so whether the purchase requisition should be generated automatically or how it is, like whether we have the customer deliveries or billing. So all these it will be depends on the schedule line category. Okay, so here what will be happen? The system will create the purchase requisition automatically based on the this linkage. So this schedule line category and item category group. Based on this, the system will be creating purchase requisition automatically. Okay, so this purchase requisition, once it is created, okay, in this purchase requisition I can see the sales order number and how much requirement and everything I can see. Then based on the purchase requisition, what I can do, I can create the purchase order based on the purchase requisition. So the reference is purchase requisition with reference to purchase requisition. Okay, so again, now if you see that we are not receiving the goods from the vendor, okay, the customer receiving the stock from the vendor. Okay, so no need to create the GR physically, no GR. Okay, in case if you want to do logical GR, you can do. Okay, logical GR will be do. So that means the stock will not be come to my picture, it will not be come to the my location. It is a logical GR, just like we just like the vendor is dispatched to customer. The goods are sending to the customer. Okay, the customer. Okay, so then the invoice, vendor invoice verification created, vendor invoice will be created. Okay, then customer bill will be created. So even here no PGA also, no delivery and PGA, because I'm not the company is not delivering the goods, not doing any PGA, post goods issue to customer. Okay, so no PGA, no GR, nothing happen. So only sales order, then a purchase requisition, PO, then invoice, vendor invoice, and customer bill. That means billing document. Okay, clear? Any questions here?
No, sir.
Okay, so this is the process for the third party procurement process. Okay, so any questions here? If you don't have any questions, then we'll stop today. Okay, and we'll continue tomorrow. Clear?